What's up, Rockstars? Ben Lai here, Rockstar Fitness, coming to you today from the beautiful Hawkesbury. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to this gorgeous place. Where I'm at today, I've gone away for a little bit of a weekend away. I was actually supposed to be in Iceland right now, but sadly, stupid COVID cancelled those plans. Silver lining, we get to explore little gems like this in our own backyard. So I'm out at Lizzie's Cottage in the Hawkesbury, 30 acres, surrounded by horses, chickens, sheep, my type of holiday, surrounded by animals. And I've brought my own two with me as well. Gorgeous little cottage. What we're going to be doing today, I'm going to, hit out a little bit of a workout away. You'll see some trail running. I brought some dumbbells with me because, what else do you bring on holidays? You always got to bring a set of dumbbells. And then after that, we're going to cook up a awesome protein-packed meal. Stay tuned. Stick around. So we're on this gorgeous property, guys, surrounded by sheep and chickens and horses. The dogs are loving it. Angel's here, rolling himself in the sun. Lily's over there lying in the sun as well. What else could top off a holiday for me but a workout? So I brought a set of dumbbells with me today, which I'm going to do a workout with now. The owners of the property, 30 acres of property, were saying that the kids have a cross-country running track that goes around the property. I looked it up on the map. It's actually quite a long running track. I don't think I'm going to hit the total one, but it does go all the way down through the forest, undulating. It goes up and down to some hills, down by the lake. Looks really, really nice. So I think I'm going to take that for a spin today. Today's workout, what I'm thinking of doing is, I think I'll buy in with part of that running track, so a 2K run, down through the forest, up and back. Then I think I'm going to jump on the dumbbells, and I'm going to do 12 dumbbell deadlifts, 9 dumbbell hang power cleans, 6 shoulder to overheads, and then I'll rack the dumbbells and go into 3 squats, and I'll do that for 3 rounds. So I think I'll hit the run, do 3 rounds of the 12, 9, 6, and 3, and do that 3 times. Good 40 minutes, 45 minutes of work, I reckon. Let's do it. Stars. Well, that was definitely a much harder workout than what I thought it was going to be. That run killed me. Obviously, I'm not used to the cross-country style of running. What we're going to do now is we're going to put together a great post-workout meal. Now, I'm a huge fan of breakfast. I think breakfast can be had at any time of the day. And I've got this beautiful loaf of bread that Carla, one of the owners of this awesome property, had baked and dropped off at my door last night. Awesome piece of bread. So we're going to toast off that loaf of bread. I've got some mushrooms. We're going to saute off some mushrooms with some herbs. Then I'm going to do some scrambled eggs. I like to have about 6 scrambled eggs, but you can have obviously 2 to 3. Some scrambled eggs on top of that. It's all going to go together awesome. It's going to be super tasty. Let's do this. So I've got this beautiful bread just toasting off at the moment. Awesome, almost done right now. Looks good. I'm just going to take those out, pop them down, crust it up really nicely. Now to the pan, it's pretty warm. I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil. And I'm going to add some of this beautiful butter that Carla dropped off this morning. Came from a farm locally, just down the road. Now I've got some mushrooms that I've just quartered. Just going to throw them in the pan. Really, really tasty. Now if I had some garlic, I'd throw that in there too. Sadly, I don't have any garlic, but it'll work just as well. A little bit of salt. Look at the size of this thing. Mushrooms and salt, beautiful. Need to season everything. Bit of cracked pepper. Throw that in there too. Great. Give that a stir up. These will just saute a few minutes, just until they get a little bit of colour. I don't like to saute things until they go all mushy. I like to have quite a bit of texture on my vegetables and especially my mushrooms. So they're all starting to colour up quite nicely now. I also want to have them a little bit, make sure they have a little bit of a bite to them. Now I've got this beautiful sage that we picked out of their garden earlier. All I'm going to do, just start picking off some sprigs, throw that in there as well. Mushrooms are quite an earthy flavour, so earthy herbs like parsley, thyme, rosemary all go really, really well with mushrooms. These are looking good. Throwing these sprigs in, easy. This is how simple it is. It's so easy. Perfect. Now I've got this sage. Now you can throw it in whole if you wanted to. I'm actually just going to cut it up a little bit and save a little bit at the end for a garnish on the eggs. Like I said, not a huge fan on mincing it till nothing. I'm just going to chop it up roughly, throw that in, give that a little bit of a toss. Great. Now to that, all I'm going to add a little bit of cream. Not a lot, just a little bit. Now if you're not a fan of cream, you can just add a little bit more butter and a little bit of water and it will actually create its own little sauce. Give that a good little mix around. That's looking really good. Super tasty. And like I said, it only takes a few minutes just for the mushrooms to heat up and warm through. And these are looking pretty good at the moment. Brilliant. That's pretty good. So I'm going to take these out. I'm working off one pan at the moment. I'm just going to put these on top of one of the pieces of bread. This beautiful loaf of home-baked bread. Really can't go past home-baked bread. And that bread's going to soak up all of this beautiful mushroom juice and creamy sauce. Brilliant. Awesome. All right, so I'm going to keep the flavors in this pan. I'm going to add a little bit more oil. And I'm going to add a little bit more butter. Just a touch. Scrambled eggs, you want them to be quite creamy. So I've got my eggs that I've beaten up just here. I want to season that. Salt. Pepper. Now the good thing about butter and oil is that when you add butter and oil together, the oil stops the butter from burning. And the butter goes a bit brown, like it gets a nutty flavour. To the eggs, I'm going to add a little bit of cream again, just a touch. A couple of tablespoons. Mix that through. Beautiful. Awesome. Now I'm just going to add that into the pan. Hear that sizzle? Great. That's looking good. Get my trusty spatula and it's going to move the eggs around. Now I'm not going to stir them too aggressively. I'm just going to move them from the outside in. And as they start to seal, they'll start to cook and become more solid. Now I like my eggs a little bit runny. I don't want them to be cooked all the way through and rubbery. Still want to have that creaminess to them. So mix that through. Seriously, only takes about a minute or so. And that's pretty much done. So I'm going to take that off. And I'm going to place that on top of the other loaf of bread that I had. Beautiful. That looks great. Now on top of that, a couple more, little bit more sprigs of thyme. Garnish that off beautifully. And some more of that sage that we've got. This one I might cut a little bit finer. keeping things simple. Scatter that from a height. Awesome, maybe a little bit more black pepper. And there you have it. Beautiful. Sauteed mushrooms with herbs, scrambled eggs, on top of home-baked loaf of bread. Well, there you have it, guys. A little bit of a insight into what I like to get up to on my holidays. A little bit of a workout, a little bit of food, a little bit of whiskey. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button. If you want to see more, make sure you hit the subscribe button. New videos all the time, always coming out. Now, if you excuse me, gonna have a drink, gonna read a book. Take it easy.